Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for another Sleepy Sunday. I'm excited to say we have a lot of things to go over since the last time we met. First off, I'm sure you'll notice this wonderful map on the right. Super exciting stuff. We've actually updated to, from, I can't remember the name of it, 2K6? Mudmaster 2K6, and we've changed to Mudlet version 4.1.2. The reason for this mostly was just for the mapping feature, although I hope to perhaps add a button or two to our game at some point to do simple things like cast immolation or drink water when we're thirsty. Let me just get that taken care of there. But yeah, overall, Mudlet was a little confusing to learn as far as the mapping program went, but once I figured it out, this is really nice. You can see here, as we move around, it tracks our movement. Now I'm actually going to be putting up a tutorial for it. I already have it recorded, and I just need to post it, so I doubt any of you watching actually need to know how to use Mudlet. You probably are like a master, but on the off chance that a newbie is watching this, yeah, definitely take a look or keep an eye out for that tutorial if you're interested in using the mapping program. I'm not actually going to be going over the details while we play, so you'll see the map update as we play, as I'm adding stuff to it, but won't be going over things super technically. Anyway, enough about that. Mudlet itself functions seemingly just the same as before, and I don't know why my playlist for Avendar music has decided to be goofy now, so no, not really interested in Fox News, thanks. I'd like a different song to play, perhaps. Okay. Hopefully that fixes things. I hope. Anyway, let's get back into where we left off. I did do quite a bit while we were in between the week since the last week, although as far as actual character progression, not very much happened. We died about 3 or 4 times to lions. Turns out the lions in the savannah are actually pretty deadly, and they will eat you if you just stand around and look at them long enough. So that's something we need to watch out for. Let's go ahead and read the description, the quick blurb on Avendar's site. I feel like this is a fun way to start. Currently in Avendar, there are 2 characters with an average level of 27. The most recent advancement is Arista has reached level 5 in her guild. Most recent death, Talaris has died recently. Yesterday there were about 3 corpses of Talaris lying around while I was figuring out how to map. And a recent rumor, there is an Alathrian brothel concealed within the Irindam sewers. I don't think we've gone to Irindam yet, but okay, a brothel in the sewers. Woohoo. Okay, well, I think the last thing to mention is that while playing offline, so to say, or, well, I was always online, but while playing not recording, the thing I noticed is the reason we're so hungry all the time is because I spend too much time talking and not enough time just murdering things. Turns out you can actually do a pretty good job of keeping yourself fed if you just kill the wildlife a lot more often. I see, we got these guts. We're gonna eat these pigeon guts. It's gonna make us sick, but yeah, overall, you can keep up your food pretty well. I have to be quicker, and I apologize for that. So, I'm not gonna be necessarily narrating every little thing we do anymore. I think we've reached a point where if you've watched from the beginning and you were new to the game, you probably understand everything that we're doing so far. So, where does that leave us now? Well, with a map fully created, and now we no longer have to track the map ourselves, or rather, it's going to take me a lot less time to map things out. That frees us up to really start seeing what this game is about, really start exploring some of the pieces of everything. So I think we should probably see if we can find... Oh gosh, there's a lion there. We should probably find maybe another piece of food, and then we'll... I get the feeling we'll be good. Oops, there aren't any squirrels here. And... Okay, so yeah, here we've got a squirrel tail. Take a tail. I'm gonna wait until we're done being sick. Spell poison. Ooh, we're affected by poison. That was the other thing. I added modifiers to our score screen, so it'll tell us when we have things that are affecting us. Apparently eating the guts of something affects us with poison. At any rate, we'll just eat that tail, I'm sure. Once this wears off, I'm sure the next tick will let it wear off. But yeah, I needed to be much less afraid of fighting things like vultures and foxes. You can see there our HP is low, and that's because I actually came out of a fox fight just before the recording. Sure, the foxes run away, but you just gotta take that chance. You fight the foxes, you fight the vultures. Gives you a better chance of getting some more food, so... just want to let this sickness wear off. Okay, we'll eat the tail now. I don't know if throwing up is a thing in this game, but it would be annoying if it was, so I didn't want to take that chance. Anyway, I kind of feel like the savannah might be a little outside our safety zone. Mostly because, well, the lions. The lions are hostile if you stick around in their area long enough, and they will murder us. So let's start... Well, I guess we can start exploring Nendor Forest. So, just... you will see me type in things like start mapping a lot. And that is... Those are just going to be commands that I'm using to get the automapper to work. Alright. So we gained 1 exploration point, so we're in somewhere new. We find ourselves in a thickly wooded forest. Thick undergrowth packed between dense trees makes movement through this part of the forest difficult, and in some places impossible. Bits of light finding their way through the verdant foliage provide adequate illumination and allow the growth of the brambles and weeds that spread around the trees. The forest continues all about you, too dense for passage in some places. Southwards, the trees seem more crooked than usual, branches and trunks twisting. A faint breeze carries the smell of decay to your nostrils. No footprints or animal tracks whatsoever lead to the south. It seems as though all life forms shun the area. A small wooden sign is planted in the soil by the trail. This is interesting. This seems connected to that southern location of death that we were encountering. Can you see my mouse on the screen? Oh, you can. Nice. So I can actually point at things on the map. So yeah, we were down here, or rather we didn't go here because we saw that sign saying that things caused death in that direction. I'm assuming this sign probably says the same thing. Warning, death lies to the south. Yeah, so I guess we just don't want to go there on either direction. Oh yeah, occasionally you will see the automapper get a little confused as to where we are. That's okay. It's not glitching, so to say. It's just the mapping function works based off of scanning text from our movement, and if we move too quickly, it will get a little confused, but nonetheless, it will catch up and there's no need to worry. So we find ourselves on a rock-lined path. I don't know if we ever went here. I accidentally did go to a couple locations that we hadn't gone to on the recording, so I'm just going to read this one. Smooth gray stones line the path through trees. Runic markings adorn the rocks. All manner of trees and shrubs line the path. Wildflowers grow around the stones. The forest gives the impression of a well-tended garden. The path joins with another running through the woods to the west, while itself continuing to the east. I wonder if we'll run into any... Let me bring up the notes here. I wonder if we'll run into any... What are they? The tree people? Caladarans. Or maybe the Ethron. I think this is an Ethron forest, now that I think about it. So maybe this is the sign that the Ethrons are tending this location. Okay, we're still in a rock-lined path. You notice low branches of an oak near the path, offering firm perches for climbing. The trail continues to the west and south. Climbing, huh? Interesting. Can we go up or down? Let's look at the tree. The low branches of this tree might allow you to climb it. This is gonna confuse the auto mapper like nobody's business. I haven't actually done a lot of up and down movement yet. Alright, let's just climb. Climb tree. You climb atop the tree. We are atop a tall oak. The splendor of the woods of Nendor sprawl all around. Towering oaks and elms jut into the sky like great green-tipped spears. You can hear the calls of birds sounding from the canopy about you, and the sound merging with the soft rustle of the leaves in the breeze. From your perch, you can see the walls of Avendar to the north. To the southeast, Mount Enrian thrusts into the sky, savannah visible beyond, and a light drizzle of rain begins to fall from above. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to talk a lot about technical things, but I kind of need to talk my way through this because I've never done this before. So we're going to add in a room that is above this 117 room. So I think if we start mapping... That didn't work. Great. I fear I've ruined everything. Let's try climbing down, see if the auto mapper picks up. Okay. Of course, 10 minutes into the recording, we find something like this. I'm not sure how to fix this. It seems to think, for some reason, that this area... Room name, Forest Path. Where did it... Trail into the forest? I know the text is so small, it's hard to read. It said we were atop a tree. Oh boy. Hold on, guys. I just want to see if this is actually going to goof up the mapping or not. Oops. No, I don't want to go that way. Oh, I think I see what's happened. It looks like... Hold on, let's shift this to the east. Yeah. Okay, so that's what happened. So what ended up happening is, for some reason, it added the room of being on top of the tree. I'm trying to see. It says area room name is obvious exits. That's not good. I think we probably just want to delete this. Okay. Instead, let's try to do this let's add an exit. I know you can't see what I'm doing because the recording software won't pick this up, but I'm actually on the menu right now, and we're going to add an exit up. And hopefully that fixes things. You can see there actually now we have a little up arrow on the room. And perhaps that will help the auto mapper take care of this part. Oh shoot. No, it's just created more problems now. Well, might as well we'll go up. Oh, let's climb up. Yeah, it does not like this. I'll have to figure this out later. That's fine. For now, we will just delete these and add an eastern exit. And we'll add in the exit to the north, or the north, the up exit, and we'll leave it at that for now. Okay, we'll just climb up. So from up here we can see things, but there's not actually anything to do, so we're just gonna climb back down. Great, great. Now the mapper is very confused. I promise once we get this working, it'll be better in the long run. I don't know why it keeps zooming over here and adding that in. It'll be faster than me messing around in Inkscape, at least. Okay, we're hungry, apparently. So we're gonna need to go out and find some more food. We could take our chances with a vulture, I think. I don't know the difference between a fat vulture and a normal vulture. I spent a lot of time looking up, trying to figure out if we could eat corpses. Not to be morbid, but I mean, why is it that we fight something and will only happily eat random pieces of their body parts that get sliced off during the fight? But apparently that's just how that's how Avendar logic works. Oh, the squirrel fled. Yeah, squirrel brains. Take the brains, eat the brains. Let's check our inventory, actually. You can see we've got 3 fox pelts. That happened off camera, but we picked up a well-polished sword. I found it lying around in Varbandor. I think somebody dropped it. I'm not really sure what it is, but I thought we'd grab it anyway. Oh boy, lion. Seems like the lion is in 153 there, so we'll just stay away from that place. Pick a fight with a vulture. We could probably take him. Oh, we've become better at Immolate. Received 90 experience points. I wonder if the EXP we receive is equal to the percentage of the skill that it is currently at. In fact, we could probably check that. Let's see here. Yep. So when we receive 90, we know that it's at 90. Oh, this guy is actually fighting back. Hold on. We should probably focus on casting Immolate. Vulture looks pretty hurt, but we're pretty hurt. Down at 85 HP. It's okay, I think we got it. Come on, Tolaris. Okay, well, we got some vulture guts. That cannot be healthy. We'll take those guts. And we'll eat them and get poison. Oh, eat guts. Yeah, but it's better than dying from hunger, right? Yes, we're affected by poison for 0.5 hours, so... Okay, but yeah, you see how easy that is when Chezni shuts up and actually fights things? We don't have problems actually finding food anymore. Crap. The mapper is not. I think because I added that up exit, it's getting really confused and it's not registering that we're moving into it. Come on, trees. I'll figure out trees at some point. There we go. Now it's working. Yeah, I can't add that up exit. I'll have to figure out how to do special exits. Wish I had a way of marking it. Well, actually we do, don't we? We can add symbols. Can we put in like a T? Will that work? I don't see the T though. Oh, okay. So it'll be there. Nice. Actually, adding in letters, we might just keep, unless we're mapping, we might just keep, I don't know. I like having the room IDs on. It makes it easier to talk about specific places. Anyway, we'll start mapping again. Still on a rockline path. Nothing terribly important here. There is a wolf. Let's consider the wolf. Yeah. Okay, let's get out of here, because the wolf will just destroy us. Let's read the description of what we saw. It was just a rockline path. There was a wolf there, a druid there, and a ranger. A lot of people in these woods. We'll just keep going. The trail runs to the north. The entrance to the Druidic Guild of Nendor is visible eastward. A ranger of Nendor walks through the forest. That must be why there's so many druids and woods here, or druids and rangers around here. Okay. We find ourselves at the entrance to the Druids Guild. A stony marker reveals this place to be the Guild of the Druids of Nendor, one of Avendar's oldest druidical orders. To the south, a circle of ancient stones is visible through the greenery, while the forest continues to the north and the path to the west. We've got the cardinals, minus east. A brown doe walks here. A guardian druid watches over the entrance to the circle of stones. Suppose we'll go north. We find ourselves in a thickly wooded forest, thick undergrowth, packed between dense trees. Oh, this is just the same description as before. Although it does say the entrance to the Nendoran Druids Guild is visible. I'm assuming that's to the east. Let's just go south. Oh, okay. Hold on. I tried to go south, but a guardian druid says you are not of the Nendoran order. So the druid is stopping us from going. Alright, well, I guess we're not welcome. Still in a thickly wooded forest. To the north, the forest grows less dense, albeit only slightly so. To the south, a rocky hill rises, shrubs growing thickly in front of its face. Alright, we'll go north, I guess. Since it seems to be closer to the forest. We are within a forest of oak. All around you, thick oak trees reach into the sky. The dense canopy of foliage blocks out much of the sun, making the forest about you dim. Brambles and weeds make moving through the forest difficult. The verdant growth about you rustles in the wind, and the distant songs of birds remind you that you are not alone in these woods. To the south, the forest grows thicker still. All manner of trees and bushes visible. Oh shoot, a bandit is here, attempting to hide within the underbrush. Let's get out of here. Still in a forest of oak. Description is the same. Northward the trees grow less dense and the ground more uneven. A lark flies about. Oh, a lark leaves north. Let's go chase the lark. Oh, there's a wolf here though. And we find ourselves in a hilly forest. Let's go back. I don't really like being around wolves. However, we will read this, just the description of what we saw. Low hills spread before you, covered with trees. The growth is not as thick as most of the forest, but the trees still nearly block out the sun. The hills spread about in all directions, save west, where the forest grows too thick for passage. Small saplings spring up in patches where the sun finds a way through the foliage. Okay. Still in a forest of oak. There is a druid here. Still in a forest of oak. To the south, you can see a clearing through the trees. Now, I'm a bit confused here. I'm going to stop mapping because if you look at the map, this doesn't make a lot of sense. It says that this connects here and that connects here. And what I'm wondering is if 186 actually doesn't connect to 125. We'll find out. Let's try going west and west again. Oh no, we're in a new place. Well, shoot. Will the auto mapper, will it detect that it's a new room? Let's try it. Hopefully this doesn't just ruin everything. Actually, let me back up the map first. Let's see here. Okay. Map has been backed up. Let's try it. Nice. It actually registers that it's a new place. And you see that? You see that? How it popped out the map like that? That is beautiful. Okay, so we're still in a forest of thick oak. Although there's nothing really important about this particular section. That's fine, I guess. Guess we'll just go south. Still in the forest of thick oak. The plants about you grow too thick for travel. Save to the north. Uh-oh. Looks like the mapper got a little confused. How do we fix this? I think the reason it got confused is because there was already a connection from the room we were moving into. Oh no, it wasn't like that. There just wasn't a room, so it didn't bother. There wasn't a room already there, so it didn't bother extending it down south. Okay, that was less of a problem than I thought it was going to be. Interesting. So, Verdant, there doesn't actually seem to be anything unique about this location. Maybe we should search. I mean, it kind of makes you think, right? Like, why is there this random piece of the forest? We'll give it one more search. I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't found more things when searching, but oh well. Ooh, what's this? Oh, shoot! What happened? Oh, whoa! Emerald Dragon? What? What just happened? Okay, guys, we just got murdered. And oh boy. Alright, well, let's go over what happened. We found ourselves in a grassy clearing. Elms and oaks surround this clearing in the woods of Nendor, thin enough for passage to the north. Brown grass grows from the soddy ground, which seems to depress towards the center of the clearing. The sounds of the forest are oddly muted here, and very few animal tracks mark the grassy earth. And then the exits are north and down. The ground collapses underneath you. We didn't even get a chance to react. We gained another exploration point as we moved down. We found ourselves in an earthen pit. Walls of soil rise around you, and the roots of trees poking through them. A faint glimmer of light comes from the hole above you, providing dim illumination of the pit. The walls are covered in claw marks, suggesting that this place was burrowed rather than formed by nature. Skeletons line the floor, their bones smashed and scattered. Despite the poor condition of them, you can identify many of the corpses' owners. The remains of deer, bear, and even humans are strewn about. An animal stench lies heavy in the stale air, and a tunnel leads eastward. And then, the Emerald Dragon has arrived from the east. The dragon rushes into the room with a hiss, head swinging about in search of prey. The Emerald Dragon's potent bite maims you. That really did hurt. Yeah, I would say so. We lost about 110 HP. The Emerald Dragon's potent bite mangles you. The Emerald Dragon is in excellent condition. The Emerald Dragon dodges our attack. Strong bite sunders us. Forceful bite butchers us. We have been killed. We return as a ghost. Well, that was brutal. Let's, well, first off, let's do the look command. That should recenter the map on where we actually are. Let's go back to the Forest of Nendor map, and we'll change the color of this place to yellow to remind us to stay away. Wow. This just... Guys, there's just a dragon underground in the Forest of Nendor. That's crazy. Okay, well, we know about that now. Guess we should have been sleeping. Yeah, okay. The only thing I'm worried about is... Let me see if I can get this to work. For some reason the map isn't letting me move things. Here we go. I'm worried about where the automapper shoved that room. What was it called? We were an earthen pit. Perhaps if I'm assuming an earthen pit was created. I wonder if it did that thing where it tried to put it up here. No, it's not here. Did the... Oh, check this out. Okay, so we didn't actually initiate a move command. And so the mapper found the room a grassy clearing, registered that we could go... Registered that we could go north and down, but didn't create a room for the earthen pit, and that's okay. I don't know if we need a room for the earthen pit right now. Crap though, we need to go back. Oh shoot, we're still mapping. Oh my gosh. That was a mistake. Hold on, let me fix this. I'm not sure how to fix this. This looks like the bad room, right? You would assume so anyway. But then we've got this room 190. That seems like a bad room as well. Maybe they're both bad rooms. Hold on, how many new rooms were actually created? New room center square. There shouldn't have been a new room. I see. Both of these are the bad rooms. We'll get rid of them. Okay, we'll just grab all these and move them over. Okay, and then lastly, we'll need to reconnect 35 and 7. Looks like 35 is already connected, so we'll just connect 7 with 35. There we go. That should fix it, I think. Excellent. That could have been bad. Yeah, it seems like it's working now. Okay. Well, we found ourselves in a bit of trouble, didn't we? We'll have to go back and get our corpse. Hopefully we can do that without the dragon aggro. And can ghosts get hit? Are we allowed to just go back and pick up our stuff? Is that how that works? We haven't had quite this kind of thing happen to us yet. Okay. South. Now, as a ghost, we apparently don't automatically collapse, so let's just go down. Yeah, the corpse of Talaris is here. Get corpse all. Get all corpse. Embarrassing. Great. The server's going to display our death prominently for quite some time now. Oh well. We'll just pick up all our stuff here for the umpteenth time. One of these days we're going to figure out what to actually do with these pelts. That would be nice. Okay, looks like we got everything. Can we actually go up from here? We can. But then again, it's probably because we're flying. Spell Ghost modifies something for 11 hours. It doesn't actually say we're flying. Do we have a flight spell though, don't we? Yeah, Wings of Flame. Let's look that up. Wings. Oops. Wings of Lame. Oh, we don't have to type help. I think we just... No, we type help, right? Why is this not working? Hit enter to return. Whoa, like all came at once. Yeah, it does say that Wings of Flame allow us to fly. So that would let us fly out of the pit, I'm assuming. Not that we're ever going to go back there anytime soon. Because that seems like a bad idea. Might as well recall back to the altar. Okay. Let's put everything on again. Is that everything? Yeah, wow, we did it. Okay, we're alive again. After our traumatic experience with the Emerald Dragon. There's an Emerald Dragon in the forest of Nendor, guys. That's crazy. What are we supposed to do with an emerald dragon? I know what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to stay the heck away. That's what we're supposed to do. Like, that thing killed us in 2 rounds of combat. That might be a party monster. I'm gonna see if the website updated anything. Talaris has died recently, of course. Oh, we're the only character adventuring right now. Oh well. Remember to take the bed this time. Well, okay then. I suppose... What do we do from there? We're back... full HP. Do we keep exploring the forest? I don't think it would matter if we were like double our current level. I don't think we're gonna kill a dragon. I guess we just keep exploring. I mean, what else can we do except figure things out through trial and error? Let's get back to where we were. Actually, I'm going to... Wait, I think the map is being silly. I'm going to extend this part of the map to hopefully avoid confusion here. Because it looks like there's a room right here. Unless those really do connect. They might connect. Hold on, before I do that, I should probably... Let's try it out. Let's go east. And then south. Yeah, they connect. Okay, we can add that to the map. Nice. Yeah. Don't go to the east in Nendor unless you like a quick, painful death. What are the druids camping so closely to that thing? Alright, we'll look for more stuff around here. This is just another random place of the forest, it seems. Here it says, a trail is visible to the north. Small mushrooms surrounding it. And there is a druid of Nendor walking around here. To the west, still a forest. Nothing important here. Another druid of Nendor walking around. You notice the low branches on a nearby tree offering firm perches for climbing. So, we'll probably want to add another T symbol to this. And we'll stop mapping. Climb the tree. You climb up the tree. The splendor of the woods of Nendor sprawl all around towering oaks and elms. Oh, this is the same description as we got before. Okay, we'll just climb down then. From here at 192 and to the north, there was that path with mushrooms on it. But I kind of want to stay away from that. Oh, great. I thought we were in a different room. Hold on. Yeah, right here. Small mushrooms surrounding the path. Kind of want to stay within the forest as much as possible. I am curious, though, as to what the mushrooms would take us to. Alright, we're gonna go west. Through the trees to the west, a path is visible. Oh, and I bet the path is actually 121 here. So let's go west. Let's see. Yep. So we'll just extend this like this. And we'll manually connect these. Oops. And again, I apologize. I know you can't actually see me interacting with the map menu, but I am. Alright. I guess that does leave... Well... avoiding the Emerald Dragon, we'll go ahead and see what else is over here. Oh, 2 wolves are here. Alright, we left the wolves in 184. Southward, the trees grow less dense and the ground uneven. A trail is visible to the north. Small mushrooms. More mushrooms. Alright, well, let's go find out what these mushrooms are about. Oh, shoot! Hold on, let's go back. We got sick or something. Hold on, looks like we're poisoned. We're affected by poison for 2.5 hours, and it looks like our HP dropped a little. Okay. If we have to, we can cast... What is it? Burnout? To increase our HP regen to help fight the poison. But what actually happened up there? Yeah, we're losing HP. I'm gonna cast Burnout. Hopefully that'll help combat. Let's drop our bed and sleep, and hopefully we can just kind of muscle our way through this. So we found ourselves in a mushroom-lined path. Spots of color begin to mark the verdant growth about the forest floor. Unusually dense collections of small mushrooms seem to spring up about the ground and upon the trunks of the oaks, letting out small puffs of colorful spores. The air about you is clouded with them. The mushrooms grow in number as the path continues northward, their presence choking out the lesser plant life. Off the trail, to the west, the mushrooms grow extremely dense, the air hazy with the spores. And a ranger of Nendor, apparently it was just strutting through here like it was no big deal. A puff of spores surrounds you. We feel very sick. Alright, so going through the mushroom forest does not seem like a very good option for us. Still affected by poison for another hour. We should probably still stay in bed. Seems like between the burnout spell and the sleeping. Are we asleep? No, we woke apparently automatically when we shiver and suffered. So we can't actually sleep when we're affected by poison. But the burnout spell coupled with natural regeneration seems to be at least counteracting a decent amount of the poison. Now there's a negative effect to burnout, right? Hold on. Help burnout. Here we go. Lasts for 3 hours, and then we have to wait 3 hours before we can cast it again. The spell drastically increases the regenerative capability of the caster, tripling their HP regen. After the spell expires, however, the caster will find their regen halved. That's not that bad. I mean, so we miss out on 0.5 regen for, I'm assuming, like 3 hours. Let's check to see if that's how it works. You know, it doesn't actually say. We don't have a status effect. I'm going to assume it's 3 hours. That would make the most sense. So we get times 3 for 3 hours. Then we get times 0.5 for 3 hours. Overall, burnout generates more than it costs. Or rather, generates more than its penalty costs. But yeah, okay. It's not as bad as I thought then. Let's try scanning. Let's scan to the east. Maybe we'll see something good. We see a sparrow, a doe, and a lark. Well, that actually seems like dinner. Can't go west? Why can't we go west? Oh, because I don't know the difference between west and east. Find ourselves in a hilly forest. I'm gonna kill that sparrow before I read the description. Nothing came off the corpse. This is a low hill spread before you. Let's see. Cookie, stop Cat is knocking into the mic. Knock it off. Alright. Small saplings spring up. Okay, we already read this one. The forest thins out further. Yeah, okay. There's nothing interesting specifically about that. She gets like this. Here's your daily cookie cam. Say hello to everybody, Cookie. Can't really see her. Alright, I know. You gotta get off my lap, though. And don't... No! I'm trying to drink my soda. Okay. Let's see here. We'll scan south. Maybe we'll see something important. Nothing. In fact, it seems that the path ends to the south. Well, let's go that way then. Oh, come on! Hold on. We gotta go up. Go up. You aren't flying. Oh, shoot. Cast wings of flame. Cast... Shoot. Wings. Okay. Go up. Holy crap. We did it. Guys, we did it. Oh, man, that was so scary. Wow. That was super cool. Okay, so let's read what actually happened here. So we found another one of those underground locations, right? A grassy clearing. Elms and oaks surround this clearing in the woods of Nendor, thin enough for passage to the north. Brown grass grows on the soddy ground, which seem to depress. Sounds of forest seems oddly muted, and few tracks cross the clearing. I think that was similar to the description we had before. The ground collapses again. We find ourselves in an earthen pit. Description is the same as before, only this time we knew of the dangers of the pit. We cast... Oh, looks like we're thirsty. We cast wings of flame to allow ourselves to fly. We flew out of the pit, and we got this new description, like we discovered a new room. From your vantage point above the pit, it is apparent the sod was little more than a covering for this dark burrow. The walls of the pit disappear into darkness, the sides cleaved by the claws of some beast. The diameter of the hole is great, its edges are nearly reaching the trees surrounding the clearing. From its depths rises a foul stench, the smell of rotting flesh. And then from there we could go north and down. Yeah, that's rough. Oh, good. We feel less shaken by our death. It's always good when you're less shaken by your death. Okay. How much does wings cost? 25? It's not that much. Almost kind of seems like if we scan somewhere and there's only one room, maybe we should cast wings before entering the area. Oh, we don't want to go that way. Let's put, no, I didn't mean to double click. Oh, crap. We accidentally, so if you double click on the map, it will, oh, interesting. It'll automatically take you there, but check this out. It said a puff of spores surrounds you, but we didn't actually get affected by it. Did we leave quick enough, or did we roll some kind of saving throw and we didn't get sick? Anyway, I need to change the color of this to warn us not to go here. Pink? Pink for mushrooms? Seems good. I don't know why those are green. I think it's because originally I was going to try and make the entire forest green, and then decided against it. Maybe I'll do that later. Or, like, mark out the map, or the path, in a different color or something. I'm not sure. Alright. Well, that was actually kind of a small or short but fun adventure down into the pits. Okay, we're still in a hilly forest. The combination of hills and trees makes the way impassable to the south. An overgrown trail leads to the north through the hills of Nendor. Are the hills of Nendor like a different place? It looks like we can just keep going east. Let's go east. Still in a hilly forest. There's a ranger walking around here. And the combination of hills and trees makes the way impassable north and east. Let's consider the ranger. Yeah, the ranger could probably just murder us without trying. Okay, let's try going south. Still in a hilly forest. Combination of hills and trees makes the way impassable to the west, while a thorny thicket blocks the eastern path. A bandit is here, attempting to hide within the underbrush. Let's get out of here. Still in a hilly forest. The way is impassable south and west. To the east, the trees begin to thin out, giving way to rough hills. We'll go east. Trail through the hills. We seem to be somewhere new. So I'm actually going to stop mapping there. This trail leads through the rolling hills of southeastern Nendor. The hills are relatively unvegetated in comparison to the rest of the forest. Even so, the occasional beech or shrub springs up on the rocky slopes. Hills of varying size spread all around you. Westward, the forest begins to encroach upon the hills, the density of shrubs and trees thickening. It seems like a new area. So I'm actually going to go back and delete this. And I guess that's a new place. I kind of want to stay in the forest for now. So we'll map that out later, or explore that later. So what now? Guess we keep traveling through Nendor. So to the north is still a hilly area. Although the sky is nearly... Wait. No, we're in an overgrown forest trail. I'm sorry. Let's see. This forest trail winds through the densely forested hills of northern Nendor. The trail itself is nearly choked by the undergrowth spreading up between the trunks of the mighty oaks of the Nendorn forest. The sky is nearly blocked out by the foliage, and the air echoes with the calls of the birds nesting in the boughs above. The path winds east and south, the teeming undergrowth growing denser to the east. There's a sparrow here, and we're gonna kill that sparrow. Ugh, guts. Oh well. Looks like we can only go to the east here. Gosh darn it. Trying to create a new room. So let's go to the east. Still on an overgrown trail. There's a druid here. Air echoes. The path seems to disappear in the northern brush, winding there to the west. So, to the northern brush. Let's see. The path leads out of the dense forest to the south, and the forest remains barely visible as it stretches northward. A bandit is here. Let's leave. Seems to be a new description. The tall and mighty Nendoran oaks rise into the sky around you, foliage blotting out the sky and leaving the forest very dark, save for the rare threads of light that manage to squeeze through the dense leaves. Stunted and light-starved shrubs grow thick, making travel difficult, while patches of ferns thrive in the scant patches of sunshine. A low buzzing hum seems to fill the air coming from the dark recesses of the wood. A narrow dirt path can be seen leading out of the dense forest to the east. I'm a little worried. This seems to be kind of, we're getting deep into the forest here, guys. But, fortune favors the bold. Or they get eaten by dragons, one or the other, can't remember. So there's a dirt path on the forest. Now, the dirt path seems to be rarely traveled, used more by animals than anyone else. The trail cuts through the dense woods of the Nendoran Hills. The path has managed to avoid becoming overgrown, making travel easy enough, and enjoys the shade of the tall forest trees. The trees become increasingly sparse as the Nendor forest approaches its border to the north, while to the west, the path loses itself in the dense foliage. Alright. Well, our only option is to go north. We are now on the edge of the forest. A dirt path leads east out of the dense growth of the forest of Nendor. Beyond the wood lies a sparsely forested slope leading toward flat marshland. Ooh, a marsh. The foliage around the path is dense and overgrown, but has yet to claim the path. Towering over the low shrubs, great oaks stretch, partially obscuring the sky. As the path winds south, the forest grows increasingly choked by the growth. Okay. So that seems to be the end of the forest in this direction. Wait. Oh, we're fighting a sturge? Wait, what? What? Wait, what happened? What's a sturge? A sturge is like a bird with a mosquito beak, right? Why is there a sturge fighting us? It doesn't seem to be actually... Whoa, it's dead. Okay. Hold on, guys. I gotta look up what a sturge is. Yeah. Okay, it's what I thought it was. It's like a bird with a mosquito beak. What happened? I tried to move and just suddenly we were under attack. A blood-sucking sturge swoops through the air. The sturge sees you and attacks. Ooh, and it drained our blood. The sturge sticks its proboscis into your flesh, draining some blood. Yeah. And we just fought it and managed to burn it. Yeah, the sturge screams as burning embers sink into their flesh. The strong immolation butchers the sturge. The sturge is dead. We got 40 EXP. Oh, no. There was a bandit here. We really need to consider the bandits. The bandit went south. Let's take our chances. Let's type consider bandit. And we'll copy that, and then we'll go south. We'll consider bandit. Oh. Okay, so the bandits are super powerful compared to us. We don't want to... Death will thank us for our gift. Okay, so... that, I guess, is kind of this section of Nendor. We could just for kicks add in the mushroom part of the map up here. Let's see here. Yeah, a puff of spores surround us. Although again, we didn't get sick there. It does not seem. Yeah, we're not affected by anything. Which is interesting. Because maybe we could take our chances and actually try and explore that place, but I don't know. I don't feel like we're a super high level. Actually, we didn't go over what Taloris is these days. He is... Oh, poor guy. Well, poor guy. He aged another year. Not that being 24 makes you poor or something. So we're 24 years old. We're still level 11. Like I said, we didn't gain a level while I was off mapping everything, even though we killed a lot of things. Yeah, other than that, not much has changed. What happens if we cast armor? What's our... We're still considered to be unprotected, which is kind of funny. Because didn't we start out at like 99 in all of those, and now we're down to 18? I feel like 18 is good. Oh well. Yeah, other than that though, we're not seeing much, right? We're still oh gosh, there's a grizzly bear here. We're still just some guy who dropped out of college. We still haven't found how to actually make money, buy food, or anything like that. I feel like we should make a food run down to the savannah. I love that the savannah is like our source of food. It's so I don't know, I think it's funny. I feel like we're like a crocodile hunter or something. Anyway, there's a snake here. We're just fighting it to hopefully get some hopefully get some grub. Snakes either have a lot of HP or they just dodge a lot. I'm not quite sure. Nothing. Didn't get anything. A lot of vultures. I don't really want to fight vultures. Wow. It was just an immediate stab and murder of the squirrel. Nothing from that one. Getting a lot of pelts though. There's a fox here. We could take our luck with a fox. The problem with foxes is, of course, that they run away. But if we deal enough damage quick enough, we should get it before it escapes. I saw a fox in town the other day. It was pretty funny. It was just like, it was just scooting around City Hall or whatever. Like there's a big grassy field in front of it. So the fox splattered blood all over the ground, but no food. You can't like drink the blood. That sounds creepy. Well, we got a fox pelt, I guess. It still doesn't help our food problem. I legitimately don't know how anyone is supposed to acquire a steady supply of food yet. I mean, I guess this is what we're supposed to do, right? We're just supposed to be out here fighting squirrels. Seems kind of funny, though. Hey, we got some squirrel brains. Ugh. Alright. Let's get out of the savannah. Okay, what do we do now, guys? I guess we could explore this path on the west. Ooh, there's a rabbit that left to the west. Rabbit keeps leaving. Oh my gosh, the rabbit is just immediately leaving. Okay. Let's actually explore this now. We find ourselves on a game trail. The footprints of deer and other smaller animals marks this trail. The trail itself is thin, the tall Nendoran oaks encroaching upon the well-worn path. The foliage blocks out most of the light, making the trail dim. The trail itself leads to the northwest. Through the trees to the east, you can make out another path winding through the forest southwards. The forest grows dense with trees and underbrush. Let's consider the druid. I'm sure they can murder us. Yeah, druid would murder us. Let's go south. Find yourself in a thickly wooded forest. I feel like we've read this one before. I'm just gonna skim it really quick for anything interesting. There's nothing interesting specifically about this area. Oh, we don't have any water in the jug. We'll have to go back to Avendar. Is it Bandor or Bondor? I know I went through this whole dumb thing last episode about what it's actually called. Both of them sound wrong every time I say it. Kill some pigeons. Nothing. Oh well. Okay, so we've got our water now. Let's go back to Nendor. I guess there's some paths up here we haven't explored. Okay, an overgrown trail. A sheet of parchment has been nailed to a tree. Have we? Reward for recovery of certain trade goods stolen hereabouts by brigands under the foul merit Ashtaharud. For more information, come to the journey's end in south of the Temple of Avendar and look for Aldred. Oh, that's right. I think we already read this. It just wasn't on the map. Okay, well, we'll keep going east. We're in an overgrown trail, although the faint trail wanders through this breezy forest of oak and elm, turning in a wide arc from the west to the north. The trees of the wood are broadly spaced here, and whistling wind plays between their trunks and rustles in the green canopy overhead. We're at an old carriageway. The faint trail to the south ends suddenly here, but not before it runs into the remnants of an old carriageway. This rutted track heads both east and west from here, making a straight path through the deepening woods. From the thickness of the nettles and grass tussocks which stud the path and the occasional badger hole which breaches it, it would appear that the carriageway hasn't been used in some time. I'm assuming a carriageway is just a thing that, like, wagons traveled on. Let's search the area, see if there's anything here. Probably nothing. Alright, let's scan west and make sure that nothing is going to, like, murder us. You peer intently west. It's only one square west. I don't like this, guys. Anytime there's, like, one square somewhere, I feel like we fall into a pit with a dragon. So I'm going to cast armor, and I'm going to cast wings, and we're going to go west. Oh, we're at the old carriageway. The carriageway comes to an end here, disappearing into an impenetrable thicket of thorn bushes. Very few trees grow in this part of the forest as the rampant shrubs strangle the very earth. So there's nothing here. So we'll just search. And we'll search a third time. Nothing. Okay. Going east, the carriageway forms a low tunnel through the deepening woods of Nendor. Towering oaks spread their lowest limbs in an arching ceiling. while sprawling juniper shrubs create thick green walls in between the gnarled trunks. Okay, we're just in this kind of path in the forest, and it just keeps going. A rabbit hops about. We'll cast Immolation on the rabbit. It's a dead rabbit. The thick corridor of juniper to the west ends suddenly as the old carriageway turns southward. Here in Nendor is a dense forest of leafy oak, its floor hidden beneath fallen branches and sprawling undergrowth. Just to the south, a pair of ivy-decked bluestone gates flank the rutted path. Strange. Scan south. There are 2 passageways south with seemingly nothing in them. I suppose it's safe to go. We are by the ivy-covered gate. Oh, crap, there's bandits. Alright. Let's flee. We flee from combat. Okay, we did it. Gotta stop mapping. Because the map got goofed here. We'll just delete that and put an exit south. Okay, so we want to stay away from there because there's bandits in that area. Luckily, we were able to get out, though. I feel like that doesn't happen often. We usually run into things that kill us and then just get murdered. Or maybe that's just because of the dragon. Okay. Well, I mean, overall, that wasn't too bad. Let me see here. Yeah. Sorry, just making sure the map was able to be seen easily enough on the recording. I guess I should probably shrink my head a little bit. I'm not sure how to get a good setup on the recording. Oh well. So what do? We don't want to go that way because there's bandits. I guess we just keep going along our merry way. To the west is a cleared path. The path through the woods, through the Nendor woods, has been kept meticulously clean. A cleared path. This is interesting. The trail leads to the main forest path to the east. So I guess we'll just keep going on the cleared path. There's a rabbit here that it left. Yeah, we're just on this meticulously clean path. We'll go north. Following the path, I guess. Nothing new here, just the same path. We do get a little bit of a different description here. The path's edges are lined with dense shrubbery, much of it supporting buds or colorful blossoms. The sweet scent of the forest rides on the breeze, as pleasant as one could hope. Footprints are visible in the dirt, leading both north and east. So perhaps we're near some kind of people? So we go north, we find ourselves in a cleared path again. Although the description here seems different. The dirt path through the forest of Nendor segues into cobblestones, and this carefully cleared underbrush is overtaken by patches of trees and high grass. Tiny, stubborn weeds stick up between some of the stones, but it does little to diminish the welcome wear of the road underfoot. Dense underbrush obstructs some of the view, but even from here a large structure is apparent to the north through the tangle. A few wooden lampposts provide light for the approach, beginning roughly where the cobbles do. The sweet scent of the forest rides on the breeze, as pleasant as one could hope. The worn road continues to the south, while the light posts lead east to a clearing. I think we might have found the Etheron city. Alright. Oh, we're not. We're in some place called the Chezni Monastery. The footpath comes to an end here, just before the wooden gates of the monastery. The buildings are tall, but below the mighty Nendoran canopy. The proper size and sprawl of the complex is not apparent further west. Trees give way to long, thick grasses which encroach on the smooth cobblestones of the path and peek between some of its stones. Wooden posts sporting bronze enclosures are sparse but provide enough light to make the way visible even at night. Wait, what? Hold on, I think I read that wrong. It says wooden posts sporting bronze enclosure. No, I read that right. I guess there's lamps on the wooden posts. Okay, let me see here. The air is fragrant and wild. The scents of the forest and its creatures drifting upon it. To the north is the entrance to the monastery complex, while the uneven path continues to the west. A kindly Caladeran monk, clad in Legionan robes, waits to welcome visitors. They say, "Welcome, traveler, to the Chezni Monastery." Let's look at the monk. A middle-aged Caladeran dressed in monastic robes stands at the head of the path. He is both heavy and amicable, spending much of his time outdoors. He waits near the monastery gates for visitors to arrive so he can welcome them and invite them in. His presence at the gate honors the first master of his order, who is said to have chosen the first person to serve in this role. They're in excellent condition. They have a glowing silver lily pendant, a pale green hood, a pair of straw sandals, and a pale green robe. Well, they don't seem hostile. It seems like they're going to let us in, so we might as well keep going. So we'll go north. At the wooden gates, 12 feet tall and worked from Nendoran oak, the complex's entrance maintains a careful balance between secure and welcoming. The stone of the monastery's central enclosure rises a few feet above the top of the woodwork, its interior wildlife pushing at its boundaries. From here, the high-sloped roof rises prominently, revealing the monastery's split eastern-western design. The forest air is sweet, the faint breath of lilies in its rich undertone. A dirt path leads south back towards the forest, while the monastery's famous sanctuary lies to the north. Well, to the north. We are in an enclosed sanctuary. The beginning of the monastery's miraculous sanctuary is a half-circle of cobbled stones, giving definitive close to the road which led up to it. Here, the wondrous variety of the Kali clan's druidic monastery is more than apparent. Tall pines, spidery lowland trees, elms, beeches, and wide golden rain leaves are all visible. The earth underfoot is dark and fertile, partially concealed by a stretch of white rose bushes. Stones bearing ancient druidic markings are dug into the soil here and there, bending the local climate to what suits the diverse array of flora. The air is a wash of scents, from stone to moss to salt to swamp mist to blooming flowers. A meandering cobbled path leads through the wildlife, directing visitors north, while smaller bare stretches lead east and west. I don't feel like we need a new map area for this. I would still consider this to be part of the Nendoran forest. Now, Caladarans. Let me look up our notes on Caladarans. Caladarans are the earth healers. They're not warriors, they use mental magic, and they are, quote, tree people. So, they are not the Ethrons who are green-skinned golems. Where do we go? Guess we just go west, maybe? To one of the smaller paths? A copse of elm and beech in the southwestern portion of the sanctuary blossoms a fragment of the rugged forest of Morn. Mossy boulders brought from its rockfalls rise from the dark Nendoran soil, interspersed with mighty elms and regal gray beeches. Despite being so far from their natural climate, they grow with wild tenacity, rising above the stone walls which close them in. A druidic circle surrounds much of where they grow, each smooth stone marked with runic carvings. The air here has a cool bite to it, much more akin to the mountain valleys at the foot of the Brintors. The enclosed sanctuary continues to the north and east. Whoa! Large hailstones begin to hurtle from above. A Kali druid examines some of the nearby monastery flora. I wish there was like a talk option with some of the NPCs. Like, we can't talk to the druid, can we? Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Guess we can just look at the druid. A young brown-skinned Ethron. Oh, this one is an Ethron. Even though we're in a Calendaran monastery. Okay, that makes sense. A young brown-skinned Ethron looks about the monastery at its variety of flora. A druid by training, she uses some of her growing magical skill to carefully shape or enhance the plant life around her. Content, she moves with reverence throughout the sanctuary and the garden in silence. Wearing monastery robes, it is likely that her training is in the hands of Elikali, the keeper of the clan. A Kali druid is in excellent condition. She's wearing the same hood and sandals as the guard out front. We'll go north. A step outside the western vestibule is the monastery's miraculous sanctuary. Here, the wondrous variety of the Kali clan's druidic monastery is more than apparent. Oh wait, we already read this. This is just another part of the enclosed sanctuary. At the heart of the monastery is a bounteous grove, cultivated by both druidic ritual and centuries of meticulous tending. The plot is roughly circular, the earth richer and darker than one would expect for the region. From it grows a thick cover of which ever-blooming white lilies, split only by a meandering cobbled footpath. In the grove's center, a spectacular living sculpture depicts a young Caladeran girl, shaped entirely from carefully bent saplings. The air is alive with fragrance, capturing some essential foreign spirit in its headiness. The sanctuary continues in all directions, halting only when it reaches the walls of its stone enclosure. In the southeast corner of the sanctuary is a rise of mountain pines brought from the ancient forests surrounding the castle Nathli. Large Brentoran rocks have been arranged between them, the occasional root reaching over it to plunge into the earth. The soil is lighter than elsewhere in the sanctuary and mixed with small, jagged rocks. Pine needles mask the ground in a blanket of light browns. A druidic monolith stands between two of the trees, its face scored with two ancient runes. The air here feels thin, making it subtly more difficult for one to catch their breath, and as dry as in the pine's native clime. The enclosed sanctuary continues to the north and west. A steady flow of rain begins to fall from the sky, accompanied by flashes of lightning. Okay, this is just more of the same description of the sanctuary. Ooh, we find ourselves in a shadowy twist of wetland. In the northeast portion of the sanctuary is an unnatural sight, a muddy stretch of scythitis wetland and connected pond. The soil is thick, brown, and slick, quite unlike the dark earth characteristic of the monastery grounds. A light mist clings to the ground, ferns and other small, stubborn plants peeking out from its wispy depths. Twisted bark trees spider upwards, canopying the area and clutching as much at the enclosure's stone walls as hangs over the... Sorry, I think I skipped the line there. And clutching as much at the enclosure's stone walls as sinking into the mud below. A weak swamp stench drifts into the air, which hangs heavy over the shard of wetland, no doubt induced by the glowing druidic markers of the mire's edges. The enclosed sanctuary continues to the west and south. Let's see here. Is this a different description? I think the only description that's different here is a meandering cobbled path leads through the wildlife, directing visitors south, while smaller bare patches lead to the east and west. There is a Kali druid here. Guess we'll look at the druid. A young brown-skinned Ethron looks about the monastery at its variety of flora. A druid by training... Oh, this is just the same description as before. In the northwest section, we find ourselves in a cluster of gnarled golden rain trees. In the northwest corner of the sanctuary is a spectacular display of oddity for the region, a series of Alanshan golden rain trees. Large and gnarled from their odd captivity, their roots splayed out into the earth, and many branches dig at the stone. Yet their many golden leaves glitter spectacularly, rich with vitality. Their bark is tough and thick, Stones brought from the isle have been worked into the dark earth, each one marked with life-giving druidic runes. The air swells with a scent not unlike that of sea salt, as well as the sweeter tone of water, leaf, and soil. The enclosed sanctuary continues to the east and south. We are now in the western vestibule. On the west side of the sanctuary's druidic enclosure is a small vestibule which serves as a gateway to the side of the monastery. Various hooks for coats and cloaks line the open wall space, taking the place of any meaningful decoration. The room itself is built from Nendoran timber, with the heavy wooden beams supporting the ceiling and treated planks composing the rest. On clear days, light filters through 4 uneven glass skylights. Otherwise, it is lit by a central hanging bronze lantern. The sweet, exotic scents of the sanctuary drift into the room, mixed with the pleasant aroma of cooking. The communal dining hall lies to the west, while the Kali Forum is to the north. A small hallway leads south. Communal dining. Could we get some food there? Okay, going north, we find ourselves in a Kali Forum. On the northern side of the monastery's western section is the Kali Forum, where both children and the devoted are taught. Named for the Ethron clan, which helped found the monastery, it is the most decorated interior within it. The walls are painted in simple but effective murals of the complex's beginnings. Circles of mats comfort students as they sit, as well as bring a bit of additional warmth to the chamber. North-facing windows light the forum as a whole, while a bronze candelabra hangs above this section, supporting instruction after dark. The smell of smoke and wax tinge the air, although it remains clear enough not to be distracting. To the south is the western vestibule, while the forum continues north and east. I suppose we'll continue exploring the vestibule. Seems that the vestibule just is a place. It doesn't seem like the description is any different. No, wait, hang on here. Here's a little bit of a difference here. A circle of mats comfort children as they sit. At its center, a circular hole in the floor floorboards exposes the dark Nendoran earth. North-facing windows light the forum as a whole, while the bronze candelabra... Okay, this is the same. The smell of smoke and wax tinge the air, although it remains clear enough not to be distracting. Yeah, we already read that. The elegant green Takash sits here, cross-legged on a cloth mat. Oh no, we're hungry. Unfortunately, we're going to have to cut our exploration of the monastery short as we go out and find some food. Got it. Got the rabbit, but didn't get any food from it. Could take our luck with a vulture. Might as well. We should probably be casting armor a lot more than I am, now that I think about it. Might as well cast it in combat, right? We lost concentration, I think. It's hard for me to keep up with all the text flying on the screen. Ooh, took some heavy hits. I guess we should just keep focusing on casting Immolate. We'll worry about armor on the next one. Vulture fled. Although we did get better at using Immolate. Well, that's a little frustrating. I guess we'll pick a fight with things that we can kill that won't run away. but nothing else. We've already done this song before. Oh, crud, there's a lion here. We have to kill this squirrel quickly and get out. Okay, squirrel dropped some guts. At least we aren't hungry anymore. No, we are still getting hungry though. Oh crud, we're still mapping. Didn't mean to do that. Shoot. I'll have to fix that. Ooh, we're bleeding out. Wait, what? We're not losing any HP. I think we're fine. I'm not sure why that was happening. Okay, it seems like the map tried to add in not sure what it was trying to do. I'm actually just going to delete all this. And then I'll add an exit here. Okay. There, that fixes it. So there seems to be a Caldarian monastery in the northeastern section of the Nendoran Woods, although there doesn't seem to be much of a point there. Still getting hungry, in spite of eating 2 whole guts from some random animals. We're running kind of low on HP here. We should probably go rest. Wait, where are we? The map is being very goofy. Okay, I think we're kind of back at a good place. Can we just like sleep in this, we are losing HP. The guts cause us to lose HP because we're poisoned. But I wonder, will they care if we just drop our bed here and sleep? And cast warmth. And we'll cast burnout. And then we'll just sleep on the bed. It's a hunter's lodge, right? I mean, this is what it's here for. Feel less sick. That's good. Oh, shoot. Are we still asleep, though? You're already sleeping. Okay, good. Okay. So we'll just let the HP and MP regen there. Let's take a look at the map while we're waiting. Oh, whoops. Looks like there was a mistake here. Shoot. Guess I'll just have to delete it like this. Yeah, overall, the map program seems to be working pretty well. It's a little tricky to get to usable at first, but seems pretty good now. Okay, so it's the Dragon of Nendor seems to be in this ish area. We've got a bunch of mushrooms up here, and bandits are over here. We have this monastery up north, which has a ton of flora. Right here. And it seems that there's a northern, kind of a northern section and eastern section vestibule. That's what they called it. And a western vestibule. Wonder if this gets much bigger, although I feel like we'll explore the vestibules, but if it's even bigger than the vestibule, it might be worth making into a new area. I'm not sure. I don't know quite yet. Oh well. Shoot, we're hungry. We better wake up. We'll go about hunting again. Hunting we will go. Pick a fight with a fox again. Ooh, there's a corpse of an Aletheria hunter here. Something must have killed him. Corpse of an Ethron hunter. I'm not really finding any animals we can easily kill here. I think we're gonna have to go back to the forest. Oh, rabbit leaves east. Rabbits. Got it. Nothing useful though. Ready to listen to the song? Yeah. Child of Varbandor. Could probably eat one of those, right? Just kidding. Okay. Pigeon brains. Yo, pigeon brains are actually surprisingly filling. Look at that. We're not hungry anymore. We're not even getting hungry. Still though, I feel like perhaps we should find at least one more thing to eat. I felt like there were some larks around this part of the forest. Maybe we'll take a look here. Bandit is here. Another bandit. Here's a lark. Sparrow. Nothing from the rabbit. I've got a rabbit heart. Alright, surely that's enough food for now. Okay, Back of the vestibule. Oh, we have a Caladeran child here. There's like a lot of children here. The squat, wow, an Ethron child. The squat, brown-skinned Ethron child roams the monastery grounds. With a cheerful expression and gentle demeanor, he is without a doubt a member of the clan Kali. A druid in training, he spends his days learning from the local masters and entertaining himself. Okay, so it seems like the children are here. We'll go east in the forum on the northern side of the... Okay, let's find out where the unique description is. No unique descriptions, although it does say an elder, heavy-set Caladeran rests upon a nearby mat. His name is Dejonic. He says, "Ah, another hearty young sapling. If you are curious about Alagial..." Hold on, looks like the text got cut off there. Let me unshow the map. Oops, hold on. Did that wrong. Or her. If you are curious about Alagial or her followers, just have a seat and we'll talk. Well, sure, why not? Take a seat. Dajenic asks, "Have you come here to hear a story, Talaris? If you'd like to hear about..." I'm gonna have to turn off the map for this. If you'd like to hear about important people or groups related to Alagial, just say their names. If you want to learn about people who live here, you can name them too, and I'll tell you what I know. I don't know any people or groups. Let's ask about the Ethron. Maybe that will work. Apparently I don't know any of the keywords. Let's try this. Say, who is Alagial? That didn't work. If you'd like to hear about important people or groups that are related to Alagial, just say their names. Well, let's just try saying Alagial. Come on, guy. Help us out here. What if we say his name? Say Dejenic? I can't figure this out. Who is Dejenic? Oh, here we go. Someone named Erica has arrived from the west. We'll just ask about Erica. Erica is a darling little flower with her own special talents. She spends her time helping Selak, our cook, so she can learn to be a chef herself. Erica says, "Master Genic, I've brought you one of your favorite meals. It's unusual for a member of Clan Kali to not manifest some sort of magic. Erica is the lucky one who didn't. Of course, Eliquil thinks she simply hasn't applied herself. Erica says, I brought you an extra napkin in case you get anything on your flute again." Genic chuckles politely. Erica puts down the platter, leaving it for others to take what they will. Be that as it may, Tikana, a chef at the Hakuda Monastery to the far north, sometimes comes this way to visit some of her clan in Ariel village. Erica leaves west. Genic gets a portion of seared beef and vegetables to eat. She met Erica a few years back and helped nurture her interest in food. The two of them send letters and packages back and forth quite often. The impression I get is that Tikana is like a favorite aunt, an older mentor who doesn't have the same responsibility as a matron within the clan Kali. Dejonic picks up some mixed green salad, eating it. Jonic adds, "But it seems to be good for them both. I can't imagine the Hakudans treat each other with such fondness or such spirit." Well, what are the Hakudans? Doesn't seem Dejonic has any info on that. Let's try, let's say Tikana. Doesn't seem he has anything to say about that either. Okay, so I guess, Irica? Is that how you say that? Irica is... I feel like that was just like a lot of unnecessary information. We're gonna stand up. I need to listen to this old codger anymore. To the north, still the Kali Forum. There's nothing particularly interesting about this specific section of it. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to want to put like a note here that there's a guy here. I don't know. We don't really need to note every single NPC. Let's go north into a small dirt path. Behind the monastery is a dirt path leading from the Kali Forum to the monastery as well. A shortcut for thirsty petitioners, the earth is packed hard from many generations of footsteps. Like the rest of the untended space behind the complex, lush grass grows wild, closing in around the much-used path and hugging the edge of the building's exterior. Lanterns hang from the edge of the monastery's sloped roof, providing meager light after dark. The air here is clear and wild, having only a touch of the acrid fertilizer that is used in the nearby garden. The dirt path leads to the east, while 2 stone steps lead up to the doorway of the Kali Forum. A pea-green Ethron boy takes a surreptitious nap. A Caladeran child eats a tiny piece of cabbage. You are thirsty. Well, it did say there was a well to the east, so let's go check that out. We'll look at the boy and child later. At the stone well, in the northwest corner of the local garden, the orderly rows slow to a halt. The earth here is covered by lush, pleasant grass, much of it patted down from the passage of feet. The natural spring which serves the monastery is found here, the source of local water for monks and visitors. A single bronze lantern hangs over the well, providing just enough light to locate it in the dark. The air carries the mild sting of fertilizer and the heady aroma of tilled earth, as well as the smell of water on stone. A dirt path leads westward behind the monastery, while the garden proper waits to the east and south. Well, might as well drink from the well. Drink? Getting more server lag. Not sure if that's my computer or... Oh, I lost connection.